Hi, my name's Andrew and I'm the Membership and Administration Officer for Bowls Scotland. This video is a walkthrough guide for club admins who are in charge of completing the annual affiliation process on behalf of their clubs. Let's get started. So in order to complete the affiliation process, we first need to access the Just Go membership system. This can be done via the Bowls Scotland website. This is the homepage here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look to the top right corner. You'll have two options here. One is membership and the other is try Bowls registration. We're going to select the membership option. This will then take you to the Just Go login page. The clubs should already have their username and password, but just in case you don't know, the username is the name of your bowling club, single space, capital B, and then another space, and then capital C. And from then you would just input your password. If you've forgotten your password, you would just press here, click forgot password, and then you would go through the password reset process. A separate video will be uploaded showing how to do this. But for now, let's just log in. So this is your Just Go homepage for your club. In order to start the affiliation process, we're going to go to the second section marked My Club, and we're going to scroll along to the sky blue tile in the middle marked Club Affiliation just here. So we click that. This should then take you to your club profile, and it takes you straight to the Club Affiliation tile. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down a little bit and we're going to select this option saying add, renew, or upgrade your membership. So just select that. You'll then be presented with this screen. This is just a little bit of information explaining the benefits of affiliating with Bowls Scotland. The bit we're interested in is going to be the form underneath. So if we scroll down a little bit here, in previous years, Bowls Scotland had asked for 4 or 5 positions in your club, things like president, secretary, treasurer, main contact, that kind of stuff. Going forward, we've changed it slightly for this year. So we're going to ask for just for 2 main contacts. One of these will be your president and the other will be your club main contact. Both of these people that you select will receive all communication from Bowls Scotland going forward. If you've not previously filled in these roles, for example, the president here option here is blank. Now you're just going to click the add. When you do this, a list of names will appear on the right hand side of the screen, and these are people that are affiliated with your club that have an individual membership profile, and that's linked to your club's page. So they have to have a member profile on Just Go to be selected for these roles. So for our purposes, we're just going to select this Bowls Scotland option here. I'm going to go into the middle and just click it. You'll see on the right hand side, the little box that was grey before is now green with a tick. And that indicates you've selected somebody. So then if we go here to the top right of the screen and select done, you now see the Bowls Scotland option has now been selected as the club president. If there's somebody already there and you want to change who your main contact is, you would go to this option here, little person with a pencil on the right hand side, and you would click it. The same menu as before will appear on the right hand side, and again you would just select from the list who your main contact is going to be. So for our purposes just now, we'll just select the same option. There's the green box there. We'll go up to the top right again and click done. And there we've now selected our president and our main contact. The next section, if you scroll down a little bit, is the main contact opt-in. Now Bowls Scotland has various partners that we deal with through things like insurance, water suppliers and recycling partners. We sometimes liaise with them so that they can contact our members to offer discounts or offer services or things like that. If you do not want to receive any contact from these partners, you would select the drop-down menu and just select the no option. If you're okay to be contacted by our partners, you would just change that, click the menu and select the yes option. Now this little star here indicates that this is a mandatory field. So once we've gone through the form, if you have not selected an option for this question or any other question with the star on it, you'll not be allowed to proceed. So for our purposes, we'll just set this as no. Now, section 2 is the minimum affiliation requirements. In previous years, what we've asked is we've had several questions related to constitutions, public liability insurance, and equality policies, and we had asked that you would select yes or no to all these questions as to whether your club has them, and also to upload a copy of those policies to Just Go. Now, we're not going to do that this year. So all we're going to do is the question, does your club have a constitution? Ideally, it would want to say yes. Again, it is a mandatory field. Does your club have public liability insurance? Again, yes or no. So we'll say yes just for now. Now, if we move on to section 3, the Wellbeing Protection Officer. This starts off again with a mandatory question. Does your club have a registered Wellbeing Protection Officer? Simply select yes or no again from the drop-down menu. If yes, you will then move on to the next question, and similar to above, where we selected our president and main contact, we would need to select who is going to be the Wellbeing and Protection Officer. So we click Add, and that same menu on the right-hand side will appear, and you would select your option. There's the green tick, and then select Done. And there that person is now marked as the Wellbeing Protection Officer. If your club does not have a Wellbeing Protection Officer, you would simply select No, and then you would leave this section in the Add. You wouldn't need to fill in anything. It's not a mandatory field. Now, the next section is for club recruitment and tri-bowls programs. So, simple question. Has your club held any membership recruitment events in 2025? Now, this is also a mandatory field. 3 options for answers. Yes, you've had a tri-bowls event at your club. Yes, you've had some other form of recruitment event that's not through the tri-bowls program. Or no, you've not done any recruitment events at all for the 2025 year. Okay. Now, Bowls Scotland, we are going to collect some data from your clubs. This is just section 5 is simply the membership equality data and how we're going to use it. So, similar to previous years, we're going to ask for an age breakdown of the members at your club. If you don't collect this data already, we would strongly advise that you do, because this helps Bowls Scotland develop the game and target certain sectors of society. So again, these boxes are filled out by providing a numerical answer. It's not yes or no. So if you have any under 16 members, you would just change that 0 to 1 or 2, and then you would move on to the next box, 16 to 17-year-olds, 18 to 24, and so on. The more information you're able to provide, the more helpful it is to Bowls Scotland. There is, however, also a prefer not to say option. Now, it's worth stressing that this is for members who elect, members themselves elect the prefer not to say button, not the club on their behalf. So if you have 100 members and 10 people in that club prefer not to say, you would just change that to 10. Okay. Section 5.2. Long-term health conditions - disability. Now, there's a list of various health issues long-term that have lasted longer than 12 months that we're going to collect data on as well. As you can see here, the answer options are aligned with guidance from Sports Scotland and the 2022 census. And again, all we would ask is if you ask members of your club if any of the following boxes apply to them. And again, these boxes are done by numerical value. So if you have one person who has deafness or partial hearing, you would select 1. If it's 2 people, you would select 2. If we move on to the next section, you then have the ethnic groups or ethnicity questions. Exactly the same. Using the background of your members, you provide a numerical value for the number of people that identify as, for example, white Scottish. Could be 10. And there we go. So if we move on to the section after that, it's the exact same for sexual orientation. For all these options, there is a prefer not to say option. So people should not feel pressured into providing this kind of information. And now this is where we're going to officially declare how many members are at the club, the membership declaration section. So as per previous years, for full adult membership for male and females, it's £5. Junior members are classed as under 16. There's no charge for them. So in this case, what we're going to do, we're going to select a rudimentary amount. Let's say there's 5 male members, and we'll say 5 female members. Now you'll notice here, underneath the numbers, the box Add to Cart is already ticked. And this is vital, as if we proceed to the next screen and that box is not ticked, the 5 male members that we have just said that we had will not be added to the shopping basket. Now for junior members, again, as I said, their class is under 16. The Add to Cart box is not automatically ticked. So if you do have members that are under 16, again, we'll pick a number. We'll say 5. We'll say 5 there. Now from here, if we proceeded to the next screen as things stand, these 5 members would not be added to the cart because the box is not ticked. So we tick that box. And there we go. And we're going to then go to the very bottom. Now they press the yellow button marked Checkout. Okay. Now this is now saying that I've not selected all the mandatory fields. So we'll scroll up and see which one I've not filled in. In this instance, we've not selected the Try Bowls recruitment question. So what we'll do is we'll say that, yes, we have done some recruitment through Try Bowls. Simply just select the option and then we'll scroll back down. And then we'll press Checkout again. There we go. Once you've done that, this green box should appear. Your membership has been successfully added to your cart. And what we want to do from here is we would click Yes, Proceed to Cart. So if we look here, the 5 members of each category that we said we had have now been added to your shopping cart. This will present you with a total of £50 to pay. In our instance, we can request Pay with Card. And you'll be presented with this screen. Now, because we're affiliating as a club, the club email address will appear here. And all you would do is put in your card details. The 16-digit card number would go in here, the month and year of expiry, and the 3-digit security code on the back of your card. Again, naming the card, the country of issue, and the postcode the card is assigned to. And if you look carefully, you'll see the stars here. These are mandatory fields. Once you're done, you would click the Pay option. We're not going to do that because this will process a £50 payment. And then once you click Pay and the payment goes through, a confirmation email will be sent to the email address associated with your club. And that concludes this video.